Good morning. Long time since I've sat down and did a show. I'd like to welcome everybody, all those new subscribers, people that have come in. Most of the new subscribers are people that I've chatted with on the streets. I do a lot of that. Every time I go out grocery shopping, I chat with 2 or 3 people while I'm at. If the opportunity affords it, then I jump on that. And so I want to welcome you all. And it has been a while since I've done anything. And I feel good about this. I needed a break for a while anyways, but I am starting to feel it and getting ready to come back into this hard again. And with a lot of new information, because just because I haven't been active doesn't mean that I haven't been active in prayer, study, always trying to learn. Listen, this ride on this plane of existence is about finding the truth. That's what it's about. So I found the truth and I share it with you. So I'm going to come here, as I always started a lot of my other shows, in 13:18, which says, "Here's a call for wisdom. Let the one with insight calculate the number of the beast, for it's the number of a man, and his number is 666. Now, this is what's important right here when we look at the beast. Okay, folks? This here is not the beast. All right? You see, this here, the bear is not a beast. The lion is not a beast. Tigers, lions, tigers, and bears, oh my! No, they're not the beast. The lions, no, they're not the beast. I mean, come on, does that look like a beast? It looks like an awesome, beautiful, beautiful animal. Truly it is. So when I talk about a beast myself, I'm talking about, the United Nations. So when God creates the beasts of the field, each according to their kinds, he's specifically talking about the Bible. What was written in is talking about the United Nations. Okay? This isn't a beast here. This black bear that you see, yeah. That's not the beast there. That's not a beast. That's the beast. Right there. The dude with the gun. Do you realize in the beginning of creation, when all was one, and that we had a connection with animals? Do you think there's a reason why maybe animals stay away from humans now? And it's probably because they watched us slaughter 40% of the animals that are on this plane of existence. Millions and millions of trees and vegetation and fruit. These types, mankind created on the 6th day. It's fired up. Let's get it going. On this riddle, here's a call for wisdom. Wisdom is Sophia. It is human or divine. Because human are divine. They are the divvied up part of the Most High. So today I think that's important, because what I've been doing a lot is studying the word craft, the etymology of words, where they come from, their true meaning. Like right here, when it speaks about Trump, MAGA, what is MAGA? Well, let's look. MAGA in Latin is a witch. Why is this important? Because Donald Trump was screaming out of his lungs, "Make America great again." You see, the slave masters are speaking to us in code. All right? When Snoop Dogg gets on stage and he's wearing that goat around his neck and they tell you that it's the greatest of all times, see, MAGA, they tell you is Make America Great Again. These are codes that are being spoke to you right in front of you. So what MAGA is, it is a witch. And in Latin, also, MAGA also means a magus. This here are your magus. Give me a second. I'm going to get to my point. I'm showing you something. So magus is a magician or a sorcerer, which is huge. For me to make this connection for you and show you, I mean, folks, you can't vote for these people. You can't vote for these entities. This is a body, and it's a body of evil, all right? They're controlled. The flesh suits are controlled by something dark, all right? You have fallen into a world of darkness. In the beginning, God created the heavens and earth, and darkness was over the face of the deep. Darkness in the parable is misery and pain and grief and torment and suffering. A war took place in heaven. Something was cast out of heaven. Something was cast out of Eden. So a magus, MAGA, Make America Great Again, is a magus. A magus is a magician. And where am I going? What's a magician? A magician is it's a magic. Magician is a magic man. It's somebody who performs tricks. Definition of magic: the power of apparently influencing the course of events by using mysterious or supernatural forces. Now, is that not deep? Supernatural. What is this word, supernatural? Definition of supernatural: attributed to some force beyond scientific understanding or the laws of nature. This is the one I was looking for. Nature. Why is that important? 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 44, Bible Hub. It is sown a natural body. I'm telling you. I scare myself sometimes. I understand this stuff so well. Nature, natural. Nature is natural, okay? Nature is not spiritual in the material world. You got to understand that it's what's of the spiritual world are the wheels and the gears that make up this reality that we see. Okay, in science, they teach us that everything that comes into existence came into existence by something the size of a bean. So, here we are, the scientific explanation for the origin of the universe, known as the Big Bang Theory, does not state that everything came from an object the size of a bean. Rather, it is described the rapid expansion of space and time from an extremely hot, dense state. Extremely hot, dense state means something about the size of a bean. Now, they may not use the word bean. They might use pea. Who knows? I forget what it is. This could also be part of a Mandela effect that's taking place. The more I study and see, I see changes and stuff. You know, they really are making a lot of changes. So what's important here, the explanation for the early universe is the word that I'm looking at here. You see singularity, and they have it bold as well, which is important, because everything that does exist in this plane of existence does come from a point of singularity. But what is the being? What reference was I making to in this case of the Big Bang? Is the pineal gland, which is mentioned here. If the eye of the lamp of the body, this means that the person's perspective, or eye, singular, okay? Singular. The eye is the lamp of the body, singular. If your eyes are good, plural. Eye, singular. Eyes, plural. Eye, singular. The point of singularity. The eye, the all-seeing eye, the spiritual eye, the pineal gland, the perpetual force. This gland is what transfers everything from the point of singularity to the material world. Okay? The eye is the lamp of the body. The pineal gland is the lamp of the body, and it's at the top of the head. Folks, if you take a flashlight in the middle of the darkness and you stick it on your hand, you can see the light through your hand. We are illuminescent beings, folks. We are spiritual beings. That's why you can see light through your body. All right? And if you have a powerful enough light and you stick it through to your belly and it was powerful enough, you could see through your body. You could still see the light. Such is the same as the upper portion of our mind, the Ark of the Covenant. The Ark of the Covenant, they externalized in this world. And they turned it into a piece, a fixture, a material piece that was built, and told you that if anybody touched the ark, that they would die. The ark that they're talking about, folks, is anything in between the pineal gland and the pituitary gland where neurons are being fired off. This is why they're firing off neurons, protons, in CERN. They're slamming these atoms into one another, and they're reading the data it brings, and they're finding out that light bends. Angels are nothing but angles of light. Our light, how we view ourselves, is from perception of a magnetic and an electric poles from one another. We are magnetic beings, okay? Gravity doesn't exist as we have been taught. What goes up must come down. What goes up must come down. Got off a little bit sometimes, but hey, it feels good anyways. So the eye, singular, the single point of singularity, the pineal gland, the existence of all things as we view in the perspective of this realm is through the pineal gland. The brain is an antenna. It is not where your thoughts come from. Your thoughts are not centered from inside your brain. Your thoughts are coming to you outside yourself. And your pineal gland is the lamp of the body. If your eyes are good, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eyes are bad, your whole body will be full of darkness. If then the light within you is darkness, look at this parable right here. If then the light within you is darkness, how great is that darkness? If the light within you is darkness, is telling you that light and darkness are intermingled. Darkness, which comes from Maga, which are witches. They're warlocks. They're performing witchcraft. They're pulling the wool over your eyes with the languages and stuff. English is written from languages like Latin and Greek. They're just a mixed form of the words. This is why they have dual meaning. So you would be one of these, you Maga. Maga, by the way, is the highest priesthood. And Donald Trump is telling you just that he is he's a witch, he's a warlock. You see, this is why the Illuminati, they use the black and white checkerboard. This is why the Freemasons use the black and white checkerboard, because this is a signification that everything is black and white, but both the fabric of good and evil are weaved within one another. That's what the checkerboard represents. You can't have one without the other. You can't have light without darkness. You can't have good without evil. You can't have a right side without a left side. You can't have an up without a down. It's that simple. It's that in your face. It's that black and white. Because this is all about the Freemasons. Okay? The center stone. This one would be right up here. The center stone is what holds the arch together. It's one stone. The Masons, who've got it all in a black and white for us. So, if then the light within you is darkness, how great is the darkness that is in you? If the light and darkness, they're mixed from one another. Remember, darkness, the reason why darkness exists is because it fell away from the light. It made a choice. Well, not so much of a choice as it felt that it should be worshipped and exalted. So it was cast down here. Hold on, if the war in heaven took place and what was in heaven was cast down here, and then you have parables like this, Job 9:24, Bible Hub. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. A criminal, Rasha, morally wrong, concretely, and bad person. A bad person. Blindfolded. He blindfolds. Source, spirit, blindfolds us, the judges. Blindfolds its judges. What are the judges? Right here. Your magistrates. Your witches. Your warlocks. Your MAGA. Make America Great Again is a MAGA. A MAGA is a magus. A magus is a magi. A magic man. Okay? Images of magi. Priests. That's what a magi is. It's a priest. They're magic. They're magic men. What are they? Images of magistrates. A MAGA is a magistrate, which is a magi. That's why the word magi is in magistrates. The magistrates, they ate. This is why 8 is in the word magistrate, because these are vampires, folks. These are vampires. These are demons that rule you. You can't vote for the nature of these people. The nature of these people is black. It's darkness. And they are weaved within the light. Otherwise, we couldn't be taught. And it's telling us that the wicked has been turned over to the hands of this earth has been given to the hands of the wicked. If this earth has been given to the hands of the wicked, do you think that the wicked are going to teach you about the one true, upright spirit of truth? Huh? Now, here's what's really big. When I pulled this parable up for you, it is sown a natural body. It is raised a spiritual body. It is sown a natural body. It is raised spiritual. Natural spiritual. So natural means flesh when you see it in the Bible. The spiritual body is celestial. It's what's inside the body. Raised a spiritual body. Now, when we look at the definition of body, what is the definition of entity? I know I said body, but an entity is a body. So what I'm trying to share with you is that there's a body of people. When I say or think of Satan or use this kind of dialogue about this entity being a body, I think of the United Nations. Where are you at? I got a lot of windows open here now. MAGA, Magi, the battle axe. These are your Magi. These are your United Nations. These are your beasts. These are the beasts of the field that it's talking about in Revelations 13:18. Here's a call for wisdom. Let the one with insight. By the way, insight on this parable. Insight, Revelations right here. Insight is the mind. Everything that exists because of the mind of the Most High, the point of singularity. Now, I don't believe the point of singularity is the one that condemns us to a hellfire. I believe that this plane of existence here is a training ground, and that there's levels of conscience and ascension or dissension. You know, if you want to, something in the Bible has guided us to tell us that we're spiritual beings and we're supposed to live a spiritual life. We're supposed to be walking outside of the world. The Bible plainly is telling us, found that right here when I told you that this world has been turned over to the hands of the wicked. Oh, I just closed it. Okay, so it says that the world has been turned over to the hands of the wicked. The wicked are the magi, which are the magistrates. And then, but it says here, if you love the world, you're an enemy to God. You adulteresses, do you not know that friendship with the world is hostility towards God? Friendship with the world. Wow, I'm sitting here. I just got hit with something here, man, and it's kind of like if you love the world, you're an enemy to God. Which God? If you love the world, hold on. Would you say that the people that are tearing this freaking world up, cutting and deforesting and ripping it apart, building dams and changing the course of rivers, starving people out, killing people, worshiping idols, creating graven images, do you think Spirit, Source, who's telling you that if you love the world, you're a hostility towards God? This is a big parable. What about those that did love the world, the natives, the ones that would kill a buffalo and feed their family for a few days on it, take the fur from it, make their teepees, clothing, use the bones as artifacts, jewelry, everything that they did, they left no scar on earth. Okay? When you hear a commercial on TV and it says, we leave our mark, we're leaving our mark, that is horrifying. You see what I'm saying? Those natives of the world, they didn't leave a mark on the earth. They didn't scorch the earth. They didn't mar the earth. They didn't tear up the earth looking for resources and making diamonds and emeralds and jewelry and all this shit of value. You understand that these things of material were created as they were to be valuable, to have value, and none of it outside of the material, or I should say none of it that is of the material that you're being taught has anything to do with the spiritual. Let me explain something. We're spiritual beings. Our bodies are crystalline. We are crystals. Our bodies are made up of crystals. Our brain is crystalline. It's all plastio. It's so complex for you to understand the difference of what's going on in the reality of which you are in the material world, because this world here just wants you to believe that you're flesh, you die, you go on the ground, that's it. And it's not it. See, because with that line of thinking, when your soul leaves your flesh suit, okay, you're going to be greeted with darkness again, because your soul is leaving your body in a world of darkness. What's out there right now are dark entities. This world has been turned over to dark entities. So when your spirit leaves your body, you're going to be greeted with dark entities. Now, they're going to come to you as your friends. They're not going to come to you scary, woo, okay? They're going to come to you and they're going to say, how was that? Did you enjoy your life? Oh, no, your life was rotten. But you remember this over here, this woman you wanted? Oh, you wanted to be rich and have money. Oh, that's right. Look, I could set you in this body right here. This body here is set for a prince, to be a king, I can make it all for you. Remember the movie 300? The old ogre, and he's being swarmed by all those gorgeous women. This is a little ogre. He's got his teeth are all rotten out of his mouth. He's short. He's got a hump on his back. He's a hunchback. He's this ugly thing, and he's got these gorgeous women that are just climbing all over him, and he's saying, yes, master, yes, I want it all. I want it all. Well, the Bible says that whatever it is that controls this world is going to use women, power, and money to destroy mankind. Mankind is the ones that's created on the sixth day of creation. Here, the beast. Remember the beast? Here we come. Genesis chapter 1, verse 25, Bible Hub. Okay, where are you now? Look at that right there, beast. You see, the first time that beast is used in the Bible is 24, right here. And God said, let the earth bring forth living creatures according to their kind, livestock, crawlers, and beasts of the earth, according to their kinds. This is the first time that beast is used. So it would make sense to me that we're talking about the sixth day in the riddle of 666 here. 666 is the sixth day. The beasts that were created on the sixth day, and that man, the man right here, this man on the sixth day, all of that has to do with the sixth day of creation. It's right here. God made the beasts of the earth according to their kinds, the United Nations. These are the troops of animals. These are the flights of locusts. These are the secret destroyers. They are the animals. They are the ones that are used. They're whipping sticks. They're evil. They create the evil, but here's the kicker about it, man. When you engage in their evil that they've created, they punish you with it. It's kind of like Paul says, if my lie abounds God's glory more clearly, why am I condemned as a sinner? Because Paul was a liar. He lied. He'd say one thing to one group of people, and then he'd say another to another group of people, and then he'd come over here to this town, and he'd say whatever to these people that made them feel good. His lie. You know, he lied to people to abound God's glory more clearly. But he's frying his ass off. Now, some people say I'm insane and out of my mind and that Paul was one of the greatest prophets at all. Well, Romans chapter 3, verse 7, Bible Hub. I didn't write this. Paul is the writer of Romans, or excuse me. I believe I'm right. Give me a second. Paul, Peter, I don't know what I said. I'm confusing myself here. Paul, however, if my falsehood accentuates, again, you have split wing, accentuate, is to make great, accentuates, to make good, but it has the word ate. Falsehood accentuates God's truthfulness to increase of his glory. Why am I still condemned as a sinner? For if the truth of God hath more abounded through my lie, what? Paul just told you right there himself. Okay, I didn't write this freaking scriptures, all right? And this is the Christian Bible. It's been written for you, okay? This is your apostle. Paul is the greatest apostle of all to Christians, one of the greatest apostles. I mean, they were all great, but Paul was really big in the Christian faith. But he's telling you that he's a liar. My lie. My lie. Paul just said that he is a liar. Why yet am I also judged as a sinner? Huh. Well, let's see. Revelations chapter 21, verse 8, Bible Hub. Is it 8 or 18? I think it's 8. This is why. See, precept upon precept, folks. All you got to do is look at the book, piece it all together. You can see the why I'm so good at teaching the scriptures. Because I've studied myself approved. I literally, 3 years before COVID broke out, maybe 4 years before COVID broke out, I started what I would say my awareness. I used to say my awakening, but I don't want to be gathered up into a group of people that call themselves the woken, or the ones that say that I'm awake, because they are not. None of them are awake. They're far from awake. This material here that I teach here is the one that brings you awareness. You see, we're aware. See, we are aware and know of the Supreme Spirit's existence. We know that we are creations, just like the birds and the animals and the trees and every insect that there is knows that it's all part of something bigger, a higher place. So liars, their place will be the lake that burns with fire and brimstone. Now, what a suffering. Hold on. So help me understand something. This God that sends Jesus is a God of light, a God of love, a God of pureness, is love. Now, this is your God, Christians. This is your Trinity. And Jesus was sent by the Father. Now, some Christians will say that Yahweh is the Father. Okay? Genesis chapter 2, verse 7, Bible Hub. Okay, so here we have the Lord, which is Yahweh, the proper name of God of Israel, from Hayah. And Hayah, folks, by the way, is what the Indians used to chant here on this plane of existence. Hi-ya-ya-ya, right? Self-existent or eternal. Jehovah, they call God. Those are the Jewish. Hold on. What is the difference between the Jewish national name of God and then Yahweh, the God of Israel? This is what I'm talking about, duality. Okay? Jewish is, to an extent, definition of ish, to some extent. Are you busy-ish? Are you Jewish? Meaning, are you kind of a Jewish? Are you a Jew to an extent? Okay. A Jewish person is not a Jew. A Jewish person is not a Hebrew. Images of men at the Wailing Wall. Images of men at the Wailing Wall. Okay, look. Here you got a soldier on the wall. These are the guys that bobbing their heads like they're bobbing for apples. Hey, right? Thinking that there's something holy. What these people are liars to the 10th degree. When God says this, Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 13, Bible Hub. Consider the works of God, who can straighten what he has bent. Okay, crooked. Primitive root for rest over here, crooked. Bent means crooked. Crooked is a crook. Somebody who is crook, a crook is crooked. They're thieves. They were created that way. Consider the work of God, for who can make straight what Spirit, has made crooked. Something was created crooked. So no matter how much love, tenderness, kindness, warmth, compassion, affection you share with something that is crooked, it will hate you the more because it hates goodness. It hates it. It's really weird. But the work of Point of Singularity is completely awesome. So now we know that insight is the mind. To calculate the number of the beast, to calculate anything, we have to come here. Gematria calculator. Gematria calculator. We got to come here to the gematria calculator and we have to start typing things in. So, let's say like God. Really? It's hard to type around this. God of Israel. This is. Look at this. God of Israel. Hey. God of Israel. English gematria is 666. That's pretty sad, huh? I think if you're a Hebrew Israelite, that's pretty sad. Yah is Lord. Yah is short form for Yahweh. Yah is 666. So check this out. Hold on. So what I'm basically doing is I'm showing you key phrases. You don't just get to type God's name in and it's going to come to 666. I can't type Yahweh and it's going to say 666. I can't type Jesus and it's going to say 666. I can't type Yah and it's going to type 666. It's got to be a keyword, a key phrase, like who? Who's holding a key? Jesus is holding a key to death and Hades. Holding a key is 666. See, you ain't going to get Jesus 666, but Jesus is holding a key to death and Hades. So this is how you get your keywords. This is what it means to study yourself approved. See, I've been typing in keywords from the Bible for almost 5 years, so nobody can tell me anything. I've figured out what 666 is, and it's telling you the things that the Gentile sacrifice to are not of God. No, but the sacrifice of pagans are offered to demons. Pagans. Dictionary.com. Gentile. Definition for a Gentile: Christian, pagan. Christian, pagan. Christians are pagan, and pagans are offered to demons, not to spirit. And I do not want you to be a participant with demons. So Christians are demons. You offer sacrifices to demons. This is why I have to show you word definitions, folks, so you guys are on the same page as I am, so you can't say I'm speaking heresy, because I'm plainly showing you related to our own dictionary, which, by the way, check it out. Nine most terrifying words you'll ever hear in the dictionary. Oh, dear goodness gracious, look at that shit. I bring that up and they bring you Ronald Reagan. Well, let's listen to what shithead Reagan has to say.
I think you all know that I've always felt the 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
What?
I think you all know that I'm from the government and I'm here to help. I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
Okay, he just told you straight out that he's from the government and we're here to help. They're not here to help. Look, remember what I said to you about, I don't think I mentioned it, but, and when you say the word, you got to be really careful. Hold on. I want to hit you here again. Started this lesson here with magus. A magus is a magi. A magi comes from the Greek word magos, which is the plural of magus in Latin. Okay? A priest, a Persian priest, the studier of astrology and divination. Again, divination, you have divide the nations. Divination means to divide nations with witchcraft. Okay? When you have a state, when you have countries, when you have states within countries, when you have provinces, when you have all these areas, what you have are borders. Borders are division. You see, if you remove all the borders and we brought the masses together and we thumbed our nose and fingers up to those in power and said, we don't need you anymore, we don't want you anymore, because we're the ones that are running the world anyways. Don't you get it? We are the laborers. We run this world. They don't. They just live fat and high off the hog. Who's they? Come, they said, let us build towers to the sky and make names for ourselves. Come, they said, let us build for ourselves a city with a tower. This is the land of Babel. Huh. Sound familiar? You see how simple that shit is? You see how simple I see what's being said inside this Bible now? So, Trump Tower. That would make Trump, who, what? Trump lives in New York, right? That's right, he does. Build ourselves a city with a tower that reaches to the heavens. Okay, the heaven is inside the firmament too, folks. It even says so. When God creates the vault of heaven, imagine that, a vault. God, a vault, a sky, a dome, a firmament. When God creates this barrier, he calls it a vault. Imagine that. Why? Because nothing gets out of here in a material body. But they're trying. They want out of this place. They want out of this place, and this place here is made up from the firm mind of God, the firmament. Firm mind. So, tower, from Gada, a tower, analogy, a rostrum, figuratively, a bed of flowers, a tower, power, flower. Gentile, Christians, pagans, Gentile. Gentile are what? Tiled in flesh. I've never looked at the word Gentile in thesaurus. Let's see what it has to say. Agnostic. Okay. An atheist. Wow. So atheists are Gentile. Heathens are Gentile. Heretics. What is a heretic? A heretic is someone who condemns another person for doing the exact same thing that they're doing. But the person that's condemning them doesn't see that they're heretic themselves. And a pagan, again, the unbelievers. A Gentile, but sadly, Gentiles, I showed you earlier, are Christians. Christians are looped up in all of that too. And a Gentile, as I've showed you, is a jinn, like this. With the G, the jinn. A genie. See all the different ways it's spelt? This is why I tell you that, like, the alcohol spirits, gin, and gin for Genesis, and gin for gin to drink, and gin for Gentile, and gin for Ginny. And these are all words for, well, a weak match is a demon, but a genie, that's the genealogy. That's the Gentile that have written Genesis. That's all has to do with genocide, because they are the germs. The germs. Okay, so now you know that a jinn is a genie. And while I'm at it, here, let me show you what the Islamic Bible teaches you. Let's see. Let's see. I believe it's, let's see, which one is it? Forge, where are you at? We're forged. Interfacing with computer chips. Forged from the fire. Where are you at? That's not it, is it? Give me 1 second.
Now, I've been saying to people for a long time that Hollywood is telling you the truth of who they are in the scriptures, as well as right here, right now, in this. This is what's really crazy about that. What I'm going to show you right now is I just now walked into my dad's room, and it was right as I walked in that it said this. Now, if you look at the bottom right-hand corner here, it says,
Give me 1 second.
what Gentile are. Gentile are forged from the fire, and this intro to this movie here right now proves it just so.
We form a bond stronger than blood, because ours is a family that is forged in fire.
What? What did he say? Ours is a family forged from the fire, and that's what Islamic teaches, is that they're.
So there's a race, and they call them jinn, and jinn are forged from smokeless fire. That's it. Jinn are forged from smokeless fire. So I'm going to cut it out before this hits an hour. I hope this was enjoyable for you. I could go on. I could sit here for freaking literally days straight and show you content, scriptures, make all the connections for you about Hollywood being 666 and why. Images of the Hollywood sign. The Hollywood sign is telling you Hollywood is 666. It tells you right here in the sign. O, and O. O is the 15th letter of the alphabet. 1 plus 5 is 6. And 3 O's in Hollywood is 666. Now, also Hollywood is a wood that they use for sorcery and magic. It's the wood that they used in the Harry Potter series. Hollywood is a hollow piece of wood that they use to cast spells. So, anyways, yeah, I know so much about 666. It drips. It permeates from my skin now, man. Thank God I don't have any tattoos on my body that say 666. Anyways, much love to all of you. This has been a good time. I enjoy sharing it with you. I enjoy teaching you, and I hope that somebody got something out of it. Good day. This is White Raptor News Ministries.